The time has come. Execute Order 66.
All right, dude.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did you get that?
Kroger, I believe, or maybe like a Ross's or something.
Dude, now I have to get me a fucking Star Wars cup.
I also have a Yoda cup.
Man, it's anything Star Wars. I want to have the whole
Yeah.
fucking cast. What's up?
Hey, don't try to one up me. I might put you to shame on cups.
Yeah, you probably
I
would.
got cups from different area codes, different zip codes, state codes. I even have a different country code.
I got cups.
I got
I got bowls in different area codes.
Ooh.
Area codes. Oh,
O's.
bowls.
But yeah, I'm excited to try this. I'm trying the peanut butter one first since I know what the other one tastes like.
Have you cooled it down or no? Just a hot straight into.
Well, it's got ice.
Yeah, straight into ice. That way the ice melts.
How does this work? There's with the cat with the cork.
I think it's a
cork.
yeah, but it's just a pull off. You can just pull it off. It's not an actual cork.
That's what she said. Did you hear that? Could you hear that, dude? Check it out. I love it when it makes that sound on the Russ Martin show. It was the best. Listen.
No.
God dang it!
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. So the other one's 70%. This is 60.
Yeah, it should be a little bit smoother. This one's 70.
I don't know how much I'm making this glass. So if I get whoa. Yeah, I probably should call that done. I'm like, hey man, this ain't stopping anytime soon.
I actually got to go make me a glass before we actually start.
You do it really good.
Hello there, and welcome to Nerd Out Nerd Style. I'm Clinton Ritchie.
I'm James Orr.
And get ready to nerd out with Bane.
Bane.
But before we start talking about Bane, I'd actually like to ask James over there who his favorite character is in Star Wars.
Man, it's not fair, I tell you. I haven't got to see any of the movies lately. And I'm going to name off a few of them because I feel like Bane is now one of my favorite characters. And we'll discuss why in a little bit. Darth Vader, because his storyline from episode 1 to episode, I would say 6, it's pretty good, you know. Emperor Palpatine, for the reason he pulled the strings and created Anakin.
Darth
So
Vader's
really-
only in 4. He's only in 4.
Shut up. Look. Anakin to Darth Vader, it counts, okay? It fucking counts.
No, I would say it works the other way around. Anakin's in all 6 of them because deep down he's somewhere in Vader the whole time.
Right. Well, I mean, piss off. But no, I really like. Man, I don't know if it's because it's right now, but Bane's probably one of my favorite characters. Because the story progression is pretty intense. Just to give a sneak peek into the story, he has natural force abilities when in danger, and that's epic.
Yeah, he fucking killed his dad when he was a little kid just by thinking about it.
That or Ezra.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I can't wait till they make a Bane TV show. I'd like it to be a TV show, and they do it right.
Yeah. Like they did Obi-Wan Kenobi series. I think they did Obi-Wan Kenobi series really well.
I think it was too much kid play, stuff like that. Like it was the kid, like, okay, when that little girl was running around, you're telling me that those fucking guys couldn't catch her?
She's force sensitive. Maybe she's like Bane.
They were like, and then when she ran from Obi-Wan, he was like, oh no, Leia. It was fucking bad.
he also has a bad back from all that chopping.
Bullshit. He fucking
You know,
fought Vader just fine. You know?
he will have to. You have to be on your A game. But a little kid, you're trying to take it easy, man. You're not trying to stretch your muscles.
No,
He didn't
fuck
do any
that.
stretches before he ran.
After that, they started getting chased by the fucking Inquisitors.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, I'm right.
About what?
It was not good because of that reason.
Too much kid play?
Yep. And
Plus the
the
camera was
shaking
shaking.
and the shaking of the camera.
Yeah. True.
I have a feeling
So
everybody's going to hear my girlfriend in the background.
I can't
asked
hear.
her. I know you can't, but it always picks it up. I just asked her if she could keep it down, and then she got mad.
He don't ever tell you why to be quiet.
Oh,
Rule number 1.
hold on.
And she's always right. So, a little context behind Bane. It happens on a moon just barely habitable. Yeah, I don't know if you want me to talk about it, but it happens on a moon just barely habitable, and um, it's like dark gray, like a black and white kind of textured moon. Um, there's only like a few places that people can go. One cantina, which is like a bar, one store, and I think there's something else, and one living shack area. While you was gone, I was telling about the moon that they are inhabiting, the mining colony.
Oh,
But yeah, and so
I heard China's supposed to be doing that, and they're doing that with the U.S.
what, mining crap on the moon?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So fun fact, for anybody that's curious, I actually bought the card game Sabak, and I am going to try to get us together sometime in the near future to play a game. Which it sounds intense. It's basically like blackjack, except instead of trying to hit 21, you try to hit 23, and you can stop the game at any time by flipping your cards over, forcing everybody to flip the cards over. And it don't matter who does it; it has no turn base like that. So it's really interesting. The closest one to 23 wins
But you don't get the Sabak pile until somebody
until you
hits
hit
Sabak.
23.
Right, and
Yeah.
there's 2 ways to get Sabak. But we're gonna figure all that out when we actually get. I actually want to learn how to.
Gotta play Sabak?
No, to record it, so we can record it while we play, and we can put it up
Yeah.
on the YouTube. Show everybody exactly how to play Sabak.
Yeah, it's gonna be the most nerdiest. It's gonna be awful, man. It's gonna be like hardcore chess club,
But you never
but without
answered
chess.
who exactly is your favorite Star Wars character?
Um, dude, I'd have to go with Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, Sidious.
Sidious is
Uh,
badass.
Keep in mind, the only comics or books I've ever listened to or read is the book we're about to discuss, The Path of Destruction, the Book of Bane. So, the first book. But with that being said, Emperor Palpatine, it's hard not to like him. It's hard if you like the Sith. It's hard not to like him.
Yep.
It's just really good.
It is
Good.
for me, it's pretty much I've only listened to a few books too. I've listened to anything on Sway podcast because on Spotify because it's free and it's good.
It's good.
That's good.
It-
You can find
it's
all
really
of
good.
you can find all of Darth Bane's books on there. There's 3 of them, and it's a good series. Go listen to it. I also, but other than that, I love Vader, but I like Anakin Skywalker. Anakin was the best Jedi, in my opinion. He's just a little fucking overconfident, and He did. He pulled a Darth Maul. That's how he got cut in half. The same way Darth Maul got cut in half. Fucking
He didn't get cut in half. But you know what?
Darth
His
Maul did
favorite thing about
get cut in half.
Darth Maul did, yes, but not Anakin.
Anakin pretty much did. He had 3
No,
limbs cut in half.
well, I mean, he might have lost half his body mass, but but you know, he does say he don't have to worry about sanding his toes anymore. And so that's a good thing.
Dude, and same person that did it. You know what? I'm a big Obi-Wan fan too. And you know what? A lot of people want to say that, you know, him cutting Anakin in half was bullshit. Like, there's no reason that blah, blah, blah. But if you actually watch it when they're going down on the lava part, Anakin flips over him. Obi-Wan watches, and he thought about slicing him in half right then. And then he jumped over, like a few seconds after that, jumps over, and he says, "Don't try it. I got the high ground." And he does it, and it looks exactly how he did that time and cut him in half. So it wasn't bullshit. He's just fucking smarter. That's all I'm saying.
And Anakin, not in Anakin, but in Obi-Wan's defense, he felt like he lost his best friend. Not only that, but he felt like he failed him because he wasn't there to save him from falling to the dark side.
He did fail him. You know why?
Yeah, because he went to the dark side.
No, because Obi-Wan loves Satine, right? The Mandalorian princess,
right?
or whatever.
Yeah, his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Well, his ex-girlfriend
before Darth Maul killed her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he like loved her, and she loved him, but they weren't together because of the Order. Now he knew Anakin and Padme were doing stuff, but he never fucking said anything.
Well, what are you gonna do?
So he did fail him. He failed him because he never said anything. He didn't stop
But
him.
if he said something, then he would be kicked out of the Order, right? So he wouldn't become a Jedi.
He could have been
master.
like, "Hey, Anakin, you can't be fucking doing this." Yeah, he would have been kicked out of the Order, or Anakin would have stopped. He failed him.
But let's be honest.
He didn't guide him like he was supposed to.
Let's be honest. If it was Padme, would you stop?
Fuck no.
Yeah, no. Bye, Jedi. I don't need you to have my Force abilities.
So I love Obi and Annie. So there we go.
Yeah.
Those are my two.
What part of Anakin's life before Darth Vader do you like the most?
I like right whenever he walks into the Jedi Temple and he fucking lights his lightsaber and murders all the younglings.
Oh, that's fucked up. He's already Darth Vader there, though.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, Anakin. Let's see.
I already know my favorite part.
My favorite part is probably from when I had to see him training Ahsoka. I just liked he was a good trainer. Like he was a
good teacher. Yeah,
a good teacher. Sorry, for being a master to like his Padawan, he was awesome. Taught her everything that she needs to know.
But was he really a master though?
No, but he was her master. Yeah, of course,
right.
He was never like an actual master. But technically, all the other Jedis died, and then he was the last one. So doesn't that make him a master?
Well, he wasn't a Jedi no more.
Yeah, but at the end it was.
Oh. Okay. No. Well, no, because the son's a Jedi.
No, the Return of the Jedi is whenever Darth Vader becomes good again. That's why it's called Return of the Jedi.
Don't give me no bullshit. Anyways. Damn it. But my favorite part of Anakin is when he goes to, I forget the planet, but he meets the Father Time and the son and daughter.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part. Because, I mean, that...
I heard they're going to be doing a live-action version of that shit. Or to deal with something about
of that episode?
Yeah, I heard it on Lightsaber Radio, so I don't know for sure.
I heard that him and Ahsoka Tano are going to have a lightsaber duel.
Yep.
Before he became Darth Vader.
He's in training right now.
I heard they wrapped up the shooting already.
That's crazy.
They wrapped up his...
I heard 3 people were supposed to be playing Ahsoka Tano in this.
Right. You're going to have a child then a middle-aged child, like 16, 17, and then you're gonna have an adult.
Yep.
Something, or maybe like an old adult. But what's that lady's name that played the one that was in The Mandalorian? I don't
Which
remember her
one?
name. That played Ahsoka Tano.
Oh, I don't know her actual name. I do know it, but I can't think of it right now. Like as soon as you say it, I'll be like, yeah, that's it. But she's a really good actress. She's Clerks. She's the chick in Clerks, isn't she? Clerks
Yeah,
2?
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah. Yep. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, dude.
That's why.
Man,
That's why I can't remember it.
I just want to show you this. I don't know if it'll pop it up.
There you go. You almost had it. You got it. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
That sounds. That sounds.
not
Yeah,
gay at all.
there it is. There it is. Boom. Rosario Dawson. There. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm showing you Hayden Christensen. He looks so menacing right there, like Darth Vader. Let me see if I can't pop that picture up larger. But right here, this picture.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait.
Like,
I'm so
don't he
mad,
look
dude.
scary right
I'm
there?
so mad
Like,
that
holy
they
shit.
got fucking bullshit when it first started.
Yeah,
Everybody talked shit about 1, 2, and 3 for a long time.
I think the problem is that the people that watched that at the time were the same people that watched 3, 4, and 5, or 4, 5, and 6. Sorry,
Yeah, 4, 5, and 6.
and so the kids that grew up watching 1, 2, and 3, us, we loved it because there's a story behind Darth Vader and how he became Darth Vader, and you know. I think episode 1's the hardest one to get into, just for the fact that usually the first of every episode or
That's what
first
it
of every
is.
season, it's there's no real build up there. It's starting out great base 0.
That's why.
But yeah,
That's why we like it right there. It's because it starts off with a kid,
yep,
and we were kids at the time, so we were
and
related.
it gives us the idea so we could become Jedi's or Sith.
I always thought I could become a Jedi and then turn to the dark side.
I always thought it was strange that it started off as a child, and then like 3 years later, he instantly aged 10 years. Like, who the fuck does this?
Well, yeah, I didn't like the fact that they didn't show us like his Padawan training.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his youngling training, pretty much the stuff that he does before he becomes a Padawan. He's got to train for like 6 years or something like that before. Usually, you're like 14 when you become a Padawan, and before that, you're a youngling, and you're learning all this like basic shit, just like learning about the Force. And then whenever you become a Padawan, you learn how to use it as a Jedi does, following a Jedi Master.
Right.
So, I just wish you could have seen that one little like if they would have made it 4 episodes, it would have been better, in my opinion.
Well,
I know it was
the
impossible
fourth
to do.
episode strung out over 7 seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but that's still you're still missing like the part in between.
Yeah, the part between episode 1 and the Clone Wars.
Yeah, you missed like the actual training of a Padawan or like of a youngling. They still haven't actually showed us that.
But I'm hoping one day we'll get a. It'll probably be too far down the road where they'll have to use a different Anakin. But I'm hoping one day they give us a decent Anakin bringing up.
Oh yeah. They're definitely going to use. You know what?
I have an idea.
I heard that
Okay, go ahead.
the first kid that played Anakin, the little one, he ended up fucking going crazy because everybody's
Really?
fucking sending him messages and shit.
That's sort of fucked up, man. You should leave people alone. Like, just because they did a bad business venture doesn't mean they should be harassed for it.
Mm-hmm.
And Hayden Christensen, if you're watching this, please have a boy. Like, just reprocreate until you have a child that's a boy, and then he can do the CGI stuff for you, and he can be little Annie. That way, we have a proper Anakin, just like you were the proper Anakin for Darth Vader.
Just have a sex with a girl that looks almost just like you, That way, when y'all have a kid, he'll look just like you, and
I
then he
don't
can be little
recommend that.
Annie.
That might be weird.
I
You
mean,
should probably have sex with your show mom,
get
not
yourself
with your
cloned.
show mom. Someone, yeah, do a
Get yourself
clone. Let's
cloned,
do
but
that.
turn it
Let's
into
do
a
that.
female, and then fuck the female.
No, let's don't do that.
Do that.
You had me at clone, but lost me at female. Ah,
So we've been
well, hello there.
so we've been doing the reading the book Bane.
Yep, Path of Destruction.
So yeah, Path of Destruction. I want to know your thoughts on it so far, James.
So let me clarify for the audience. I think I'm on chapter 12, and I think that's a chapter anyway. Where I'm at in it is Bane had just killed that guy he was sparring with, and he went to talk to his master about force choking him. He finds out that he didn't actually the guy that he killed. I don't remember his name. 'Cause he's just a plebe, but he finds out that the guy's self-defense, because when you go into battle, you have like a natural force barrier to protect you against force pushes. The force we says, like, if I took your lightsaber away.
The first thing they do is learn how to put up a force barrier as little Padawans for the Sith, little acolytes. I don't know what the heck
But they're not
actually
all
called.
little. They don't do it like the Jedi.
Well, yes,
They
no,
do it
most
whenever
of
they
them.
get discovered.
No, most of them are taken from. If you actually listened, they said most of them are taken whenever they're little kids. Bane was just older. That's why they didn't want him at first. They said
Yeah,
he was way
he
too
was
old.
at least in his 20s.
19.
19.
19,
I was
yep.
fucking close. But anyways, so you find out that he didn't actually drop his barrier. Bane broke through the barrier
Yep.
and then ends up fucking killing him. It was epic.
Grabbed him by the throat, choked him out.
And what's that teacher's name?
I don't remember. Starts with a K.
But the teacher, Kane,
no.
not Kane, but it was Keen. I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
the teacher was like, "Dude, that's enough. Let him go." And he's just like,
Yeah, he just kept grabbing him.
and then they said that
The teacher didn't even stop him. They just let him fucking force choke him and kill him. And
the reason being is because he wanted to see if he'd be merciful or if he would be ruthless.
True nature of the Sith.
So, yeah. So, anyways, after he watched his last breath and his soul leave his body, he tells the teacher, he said, "Now it's been enough." So that's the first act that we see of him being a ruthless killer.
Yep.
He's killed many times before, usually during battles.
Oh,
and
you haven't
wars.
gotten past that though, huh?
No, I have. He actually killed his dad, but we don't actually read about it until after the fact.
Well, they talk about it at the very beginning about how his at the very beginning of the book, he works in the mines. He's by himself. He's been there since he was a little kid. He started working the mines whenever he was like, what was it, like 14? I think he was like 14 when he first started working the mines. Whenever it picks up at the very beginning of the book, he's 18 years old working in the mines. Some dude comes up on him, and he's sitting there drilling. This rock is almost impossible to penetrate. So he's using these drills all day to try and knock out just a little piece of iron so he can get his wages in. And as he's doing it,
just to clarify how heavy this drill is 66 pounds. Yep. Coincidentally, order 66. Sorry, couldn't help myself. I think it's 66 pounds.
I have
it's
no
in
idea.
the 60s.
I know it's fucking heavy.
And
constantly working that drill.
Right. And what happened is that something broke or something burned up.
Yeah.
I think it was sabotage.
No, it's him, dude. He was going for hours just fucking
at
using
least 6 hours.
And it burned out on him.
Yeah. And the rules of the mine is if you burn out or if your tool breaks and you have to get another one, whoever's standing there next to you.
It's whenever you quit, when you walk away from a spot, someone's allowed to take it. That's why he moved so
Right.
far off the beaten path, so nobody was there. But that fucking asshole came.
But that asshole was
Yep.
there standing right behind him, clean as a
Because
whistle.
he even
Hasn't done
said,
a fucking thing all day long.
hold on, give me a second. He even said that the people don't usually take your spot for a fucking what's it called, equipment malfunction. They don't usually take your spot for equipment malfunction. So he fucking said, give me your shit, you know. And this dude showed up fucking like James just said, completely clean, came out there drunk as fuck looking for a fight. So Bane tries to
Well, I
take
think
his
he's
shit.
looking for a spot.
No. He can go anywhere. He comes up to him and Bane says, fucking, you know, the dude was like, "Oh, looks like I want to take over your shit," and he's like, "No, I'm not done here. Give me yours, and I'll continue working," like that. And that dude goes, "You don't even know what day it is, boy. It's your dad's birthday or the day your dad died."
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
that's fucked up, ain't it?
Yep. So
Well, let's give a little context to his dad, right? So his dad, when his dad died, the night his dad passed away, he beat him black and blue, and he was already working. Okay, his dad told him. His dad told him while his son was eating. He said, "I pay for that food. I work all day long, every fucking day, just to try to provide for you, and I still get in further debt every time. And you have nothing to say." And the boy, which his name is Des at the time, which is Bane, but Des at the time, he said to his dad, he said, "If you're gonna hit me, just get it over with."
and he goes, "I worked." He goes, "I work in the mines too. I work
Yeah.
just as much as you do."
Yeah.
Except we'd be off this fucking planet if you didn't blow all of our fucking spending money on booze.
On booze. Yep. And so the dad ends up beating him black and blue, blackens both of his eyes, not breaks, but cracks his ribs, um, and just gives him hell. And the boy never cried, never yelled, and that way he wouldn't give his father any satisfaction of the beat. So we'll go ahead and you want to go ahead and say it now? What happened? How the
Yes.
father died?
Yeah. Well,
So
I mean,
the boy goes to bed,
we can go ahead.
and you want to? I'll let you go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, no, you do it.
So,
Do it.
when the boy fell asleep that night, the only thing he could think of was holding his hand around his dad's heart and squeezing it. And as he thought about that, whenever he woke up the next morning, his dad was
He was
fucking
saying,
dead.
He was saying, "I hope you die.
Yeah, I hope you die. I hope you
I
die.
hope you die." I
Thinking
hope
about
you die.
squeezing his dad's heart.
At that time, the more he thought about it, the angrier he got, the more enraged with anger and hatred he became. And then, and only then at that time, did he shed a tear. And he said, "I hope you die. I hope you die. I hope you fucking die." Wakes up the next morning to find out his dad actually did fucking die.
Yep. From a
But
heart attack.
Everybody,
Heart attack.
yeah, natural causes. Everybody said, the examiners and all said that it was natural causes. But we'll find out later that it was not.
So his friend is actually the one that came up to the spot where Des was fucking
The dad's
mining.
friend.
Yeah. Where he was mining and he started picking a fight with fucking Des because, you know, it's his dad. It's the day his dad died and he doesn't even fucking know because his dad was a piece of shit. So
He don't even
what
fucking like
happens? He fucking tries to take his shit. The dude fucking decides he's going to fight him. Des
And
is
it
like,
was a good fight.
well, Des had already been working in the mines all
Yeah,
day.
6 hours. Yeah.
All day.
Nonstop.
Yep, non-stop working, heavy machinery.
Let's
Fucking,
give a context. Let's give a context how big Dez is, right?
he's like
Dez
the
is
Rock.
2 meters tall. He is 2 meters tall, which is a little over 6 foot.
Yep.
And this other dude is significantly shorter, but his dad outweighed him by 640 pounds.
That was when he was small,
but-
though.
Right. And this guy that he's fighting is a little bit shorter.
Des is the biggest
he
one out of
is-
everybody. Only 18.
He is more rested. So the fact that he is not spent his energy mining all day, it works against Dez. But we'll later find out what exactly happened.
Yep. So as they're fighting, the dude that's completely arrested, Dez's dad's friend, tries to fucking fight Dez because he took his fucking shit. Which I mean, of course, that's kind of asshole-ish of him to do, in my
Right.
opinion.
Dez.
Taking his fucking drill,
Well,
but
he didn't just take it. He's like, "Hey, give me your shit.
and he shoved him.
I'm going to use it,
Yeah.
and you can go find you another one.
Yep.
Take my broken ass shit, 60 pounds, and take this motherfucker back up to the hill, and get you a new one, bitch."
And as they're fighting,
Poof.
at first Dez just thought it was like going to be a scruffle, like normal, like a good old brawl. But the dude started to try to gouge out his eye. So as they're fighting,
they become interlocked with their arms, they're chest to chest, basically. And as that dude's shorter than Dez, he's trying to gouge out his eye. But the first hit with the thumb, Dez realized, or the first hit while they're interlocked together face to face, he realized he didn't try to punch him. He pushed him with his thumb, and the thumb hit his cheek. And when Dez realized what was going on, he turned his head.
the next time
And
they,
as he turned his head,
the next time it came with the thumb gouge, Dez was feeling the force flow through him with his anger and hate, and he fucking sensed it coming, threw his head back and chomped on the dude's thumb, and fucking bit that shit off as he was thinking about it. It was just
he didn't know it was a force at this time, but he could see clearly where it was going to be, when it was going to be there, and he made the exact moment happen. And as he was biting down into it, he realized that, thinking about it, he said, "I wonder if I could bite through this," and he did. He
Yep.
took that motherfucker clean off through the bone.
After that, he gets suspended from work for 2 weeks, and he goes
Okay.
and goes and gets himself some drinks. Right?
Now check this out, right? Okay, hold on. When he gets suspended, everything he's doing, everything is putting him further in debt. Which, when his dad died, he accumulated his dad's debt. So really, it's fucked up. It's like if the interest rate here was like 40,000%.
Yep. If I had to get my parents' debt, I'd be like I'm pretty sure everybody would be fucked except for the rich.
Yeah, yeah.
Just saying.
Except for Bill Gates.
Yeah, the rich. So he ended up going to like a hotel pretty much, or a casino.
Cantina.
A casino.
Katina.
What? Yeah, yeah, casino
It's a
type.
Katina.
Katina. My bad. I don't know. What
Yeah,
that is.
they do play cards there, though.
Yeah. So he goes and gets some beers, and then he gets on the sabacc table where these guards,
Actually,
or where these Republic soldiers are playing sabacc, and the captain is actually cleaning everybody out. Commander, sorry. He's beating everybody on the sabacc table. And finally, somebody gets up because they ran out of money. And fucking Bane sits down. I mean, Dez. We'll call him Dez for the bean. Like,
yeah. And Dez says, I forget exactly what transpired.
he's
But-
sitting there telling them how much the Sith are right and believing in what they believe, because the Republic don't help nobody. They only help people that they say they help. Look at us. We've been sitting out here. All I do is work day in, day out. I have to breathe in the shit that makes my hair fall out. And then the Republic...
Because the filters, they have filters, but they're not strong enough to suck all the particulates out.
Yeah, so Des has to sit there and fucking work in this shit, and he's trying to pay off a debt that he shouldn't even have. It's his dad's.
Yep.
And the Republic does nothing. So he tells them how the Sith are right and the Republic is fucking wrong, because the Sith think about helping others. And like, that's the reason they fucking get so pissed off in the first place. Go ahead, James.
Well, also, if you remember that the Republic, when they come there to get this material that is supposedly strong enough to withstand a lightsaber hit, okay, which lightsabers are one of the strongest weapons as far as wielding goes. So there's like Vespar, except it's not. But yeah, so the Republic comes and they pay for the goods, right? And Des says later on in the story, Des says that y'all come and you take the the materials, I forget what do you remember? Do you remember what it's called?
Of the what?
The mineral they mine?
No, I can't remember. I was thinking about it earlier whenever I was talking about the mine.
See, we should
So,
have took notes.
but it is like some of the hardest metal.
Material.
That's why, yeah, that's why it takes so long to mine it out.
It's in their ships, it's in their weapons, it's in their armor, it's everywhere. But when they pay for it, when the Republic pays for their stuff, they're paying this company called the Oral Company. And the Oral Company is who pays the workers. But if, like I tell everybody I ever talk to, if you own the business, you make the rules. And if you're in the outer rim, and there's no work to be had, and you're in debt, then you have to take what you get.
Yep.
And it's so bad. The debt to income stuff is so bad, right? When he sits down to play his cards, he's in debt already. He's in a bunch of debt.
The very first thing only covers what the seats, and then as soon as he plays the first hand, he's in debt.
Yep. So he sticks his I don't know if it's a credit card or like a life card or like an ID card. I don't know what it is.
I'm sorry. As soon as he takes his seat, he's in debt, and then when he
Yeah.
plays, sorry.
But if you run out of chips, you can stick something in the table, kind of like think of it like a bank card.
So if you have a
get
fucking
more
drunk
chips.
dad,
they don't give a shit.
Hey,
They don't give a shit if you're broke or if you can't pay your
Exactly.
bills or debt back.
and they'll just
They
keep
give it
giving
to
you credit on top of credit on top of credit on top of credit. So it's like with his dad being a drunk, going up to the bar and fucking gambling all night, gambling away all their fucking credits, drinking all nights. They just keep adding it to his credit. He'll pay it all off, and then he'll continue adding more because why not? He's drunk as fuck. And then Bane had to fucking deal with all of that. So I understand Bane's fucking situation right here.
Yeah. So he sits down, and as he sits down to play, he's thinking to himself, I'm going to win it big tonight. I'm going to win big. And he doesn't realize, but it's the Force telling him this. He says to himself, he thinks to himself, I'm going to win big, and I'm going to go ahead and play. And his commander's been hot all night, and I'm going to take all his shit. So they sit down and play a couple hands. Dez starts to realize that there's a mysterious force at work, that somehow he can tell when the dice will turn and not turn. And the concept of the game, if you have two cards that's at 18, right? And if the dice roll, if it's blue, there's no change. But if it's red, then all the cards change face value. It could be anything.
Hold on.
It could be.
Give me a second. Now that you're saying that, I remember this in the story. But what the fuck are we going to do when we actually play Sabak?
When we play Sabak?
Yeah, because you bought it, right?
Yeah, it should be here before Christmas.
Okay, so when we play, how are the cards supposed to change on random?
Ooh. Well, maybe it won't change the cards itself, but maybe you throw those out and get new ones.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that's probably what happens. But how do we time? Oh, we'll probably have a timer. We'll have a timer, and then whenever the timer runs out, that's whenever it happens.
It should.
Oh my gosh, cool. Let's go. But then if we had a timer,
that's why I said I want to play.
But if we had a timer, like a twist over timer, we'd have a set time. So I don't know. Go ahead.
But yeah, so the moral of the story is don't gamble unless you're gonna win.
Yep, and since he could,
there's no way to know to do that unless you're a fucking Sith or a Jedi.
Exactly, he could see in the future, and he came up, way up on this guy, way up, and then the pile of the Sabak pile got so high, he tried playing against the Sabak pile, and started losing. Or
yeah, he lost on purpose.
Yes, he's playing to protect the Sabak pile. So he ended up losing almost all of his chips. He lost and then some. And then some. And then he fucking played his last hand.
But the commander never did get more credits from the table. He pulled it out of his pocket,
Yep.
like an endless supply of credits. He don't know how much he lost,
Yeah.
but he knows he lost a
Yeah,
lot.
because he
of
got
credits.
way up. So they
My
were
face is
fucking.
hot.
So right after that, wouldn't you know it, the fucking commander gets Sabak on just a
No.
random. Yeah, the commander got it, and then Bane got it too. So then
It wasn't the commander. It was the ensign.
no, it was the commander. The ensign was talking shit the whole time.
No, the ensign and the commander. The ensign got the that suicide card or whatever it's called. Don't you remember?
Oh, I thought it was the
It's-
commander.
No,
Oh,
the
okay.
commander didn't
Well,
get
no.
it. The ensign got it, and he
Oh.
stood up talking mad shit. Well, the next card Des got was the same card, and they had the same value. It
Yep.
was like an 8 or whatever.
So what happens
And-
right there is it cancels out the Sabak pile.
no,
Yes,
no,
you
it
ever-
goes into sudden death.
No, nobody. Yes, no, but now nobody's going to get the Sabak pile. That means it cancels out the entire pile. But they have to get a sudden death, like you were saying. Now, if nobody wins a Sabak on the next flop, the pile's gone.
Yep. But
But-
the next flop, they both get the same number.
Yep.
And then the next flop, the ensign gets an 8. And then Des gets
It's
a
a
9,
9.
which happens to be Sabak.
Yep.
So he gets the pile, pays off his debt. It don't even say if it pays off his debt or not.
He didn't have
But-
time to. He got all of it transferred, and then they started throwing a fit.
The
and
ensign
the fight
flipped out.
starts. The guy shuts down the bar, keeps Des there because he doesn't want nothing to happen to him because they were fucking
Hold
pissed
on.
off.
You missed something. And I think it's something crucial. Personally.
The feeding on the off the dark side.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
So when the ensign was talking shit, Des was feeling angry, hatred. It was powerful. It was so powerful. Everybody was feeding off his hatred, like as if he was fueling everyone's rage. Okay, it took everything from the bar owner to fucking shoot it into to the ceiling instead of at the crowd. Okay, and it's a stun gun. It's not like a laser gun. But anyway, and so everybody was feeding off his hatred, off his power, which is wild. I didn't know Sith can do that.
Yeah.
Apparently, they have the ability. Both Sith and Jedi have the ability to have like a battle.
Well,
What
if
is
you
it
once you
called?
start reading more books or listening to more books, you'll find out that when a Sith puts off this energy that's cold and like eerie, and then people like normal people feed off of that, and like Jedi can sense that. Like Jedi put off like a heat, like a nice warm feeling, like a nice warm feeling, and then Sith put off like this cold eerie feeling. So that's something. And then so they end up losing though, right? And they kick them all out. He stays and he's like,
Well, he don't stay.
yeah, he does stay at first.
Hold on.
He gets a couple drinks. He says,
The bar owner kicks everybody else. Everybody leave. And then as Dez walks by, he points the stunner at Dez and says, "Not you. You stay." And so Dez waits till everybody leaves, and then the bar owner puts the gun down and picks up 2 glasses and pours them both a drink, a half glass. And then they both sit down and say, "Man, that was some fucked up shit. Why'd you do it?" Anyways, take it away. Sorry.
he lets them know that everybody's feeding off of his hate, like they can feel it. And so
That's when he tells them that I almost shot into the crowd.
Right,
I
right.
took everything I had to shoot into the ceiling.
right, did you already say that?
I did.
Shit, so he leaves after that because it's been a good minute. And as he walks out, he gets jumped by those fucking assholes that the bartender was trying to prevent.
Not as he walks out, as he got away. He got further away from the facility.
Yeah, well, as he was walking away from it, either way, he ended
And
up
let's
getting in a
paint
fight. And during the fight, somebody pulls out a vibroblade and goes to fucking stab him.
Which is
But
basically like a Bowie knife.
yeah, but he senses it through the force and can see it coming clearly as if it was lit up like a lightsaber. And was
It's
able to
dark.
grab it, twist it around, and stick it right back in the dude that tried to throw it.
Mm-hmm.
After that, the other two people that were with the guy that tried to stab him run away, and Dez goes back to the bar. The dude tells him,
Covered in blood.
yeah, covered in blood, because he just fucking stabbed that dude, and that's what happened. So don't stab nobody. People will fucking see the blood. Okay.
Also, something else. Dez realized as he was trying to use a knife, the viper blade, to defend himself and the other two, he realized he couldn't see it as clearly, and then he realized it disappeared, like the vision of it, and he wondered why that was, because the force through him comes and goes only when he's in immediate danger.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
So he gets back to the place. He's like, "Hey, look, I just killed this fucking officer," and the dude's like, "Okay, I've got an idea. Were you talking about the Sith for real? Like how you actually like them and not the Jedi? Like how you feel like they're doing it right?" And he says, "Yeah, kind of. Just trying to figure out, what's going on here. What is this dude talking about?" The dude tells him, "Don't worry, I can get you off this planet as long as you want to go and join the Sith army."
Yeah, I know a guy that knows the Sith.
Because if you stay inside the inner circle, what it's called, the inner realm,
And the inner web,
Yeah.
the Republic area.
yeah, the inner rim, you're going to get caught. They're going to be looking for you. We need to get you on the outer rim where it's not controlled by the Republic. So he says, "Let's do it." I don't know what you're doing right now, but you better be hitting that like and subscribe button right down there. Make sure to go ahead, hit it, like, and subscribe. Subscribe. It's free. Just do it.
Yeah, man. Shit, where were we?
We were on the where he's leaving. He just left and he joined the army.
We're talking to the guy, and I wanted to hit base on this. I thought it was interesting, right? So he's talking to Garish. I think that's the dude's name. He's a fish guy. He's like I think he's a fish dude, ain't he?
Mon Calamari?
No, a different one.
I don't know.
Look, when he comes back, let me put something in perspective here. When he comes back, the guy can tell what race of blood the blood is. He says,
"Oh yeah."
And yeah, dude. So he like Sway says, because this is where we're listening to it at. He said that he'd be out. Like if that was his friend, he's out. Dude, like, nah, I don't need you telling what the fuck I just did, man. Like you can fuck somebody raw
smell
dog,
the blood,
and yeah, he can smell the blood and smell what race it came from. And he didn't say this, but for me, I'd be like, I don't want you telling I just fucked somebody raw dog on the period. Like, nah, I don't need you knowing that part of my information, man. I'm totally kidding, but that would be kind of interesting. I have a friend like that. So he tells him, the bartender tells him, he said, "Hey man,
fucking fly.
I know a guy that can get you off world, but you'd have to join the Sith to do so." And then Desh tells him, he says, "Well, why are you siding with the Sith? I thought you don't side with anybody." And he says, "I'm not siding with the Sith. I know people that are with the Sith that can get you to the Sith. Just like I know people that can get you to the Republic, which obviously it's not going to work out since you killed a fucking Republic soldier. Even if it was self-defense, it's not going to look that way.
Nope.
It's going to look pretty fucked up." So, Dez, after shortly contemplating what his options are, he says, "Yeah, I'll go with the Sith." He already likes the Sith anyway because the Republic takes advantage of coming there and getting their materials from them. And even though the Republic does pay, the oil company doesn't pay them very well.
No, what happens is if he ends up working for the Republic, all of the money that he gets goes straight to what's it called? The oral?
The oral company
Yeah,
paying off his debt.
Yeah, the oral company. And then so he gets none of that. So literally the Republic is not doing anything to help him out. Like why go
No.
fight a war for something?
Oh,
you know.
and the Republic, you wouldn't get paid for it.
No, he would get paid for it. It would go to the oral company.
No, he
The
wouldn't get
Sith
paid
is
for
what
it.
actually pays him.
The Sith will pay you.
Yeah.
But the Republic won't pay you for your efforts.
Hey, no, it said it said that it goes to the oral company.
Oh, does it?
Yep.
Nah, fuck that. I'm out.
Yeah. That's
You know, why
that's
would you go fight for somebody that you ain't even going to have anything to show for it besides your fucking battle scars?
He says they won't pay you because he owes the oral, and they won't pay off the oral company. It just pays instead of paying you, it goes to them. Well, I think that if you owe the oral something, they don't pay you at all. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, see that. I would have to. Well, he can't
was
really
something
go with
weird.
the Republic anyway because he killed that.
So he
soldier.
said, "Fuck y'all, get me on this fucking ship." And he goes, and then it cuts over to him in the army. And
Yep.
do you remember what I said? The battalion that he's in charge of?
The fuck.
I just
He
said
ain't in charge of the fuck.
Oh, he's not.
in charge.
He's not really
You
in
said
charge
it.
of it.
What was it?
The
Say it again.
gloom walkers.
The Gloomwalkers, which
Right.
are a bad elitist group of soldiers.
They weren't until he joined. And once he joined, he got him through so much shit. But he ended up doing something that
Well, the first encounter that he ended up showing his true leadership skills, the leader, the commander there, they had some mean bush, right? They got in some mean conflict, and they was fighting Wookiees and the Republic.
6
And
days
it's in a
going through
heavily-
the fucking Kashik's woods.
Yeah, they was going through some heavy woods that they didn't know anything about, but the Wookiees and the fucking Republic did. Okay, and so he could sense where the people were when he was in danger, and he could sense what direction they should go. And they survived 3 days because his
6.
commanding officer. No, 3 days.
Was it only
It was
3?
3.
I thought it was 6 days.
I promise you. My mind is sharp like a tack still.
You didn't remember gloom
A
walkers.
really dull. Well, I didn't remember that shit, but a really dull tack. So they survived. The commander fell apart when he got scared. He got nervous. He fell apart. Couldn't handle his shit. Dez knew exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and he kept everybody alive, or most everybody, for 3 days. Made it back to the squad or the commanding station. And guess what? His commanding officer got the fucking medal. Not Dez. Dez
Yep.
didn't get any recognition other than the fact his commanding officer promoted him to a sergeant.
Yep. What happened was the dude got rewarded for it, and then they didn't even tell him that Bane did it. But the dude knew that Bane is the reason that they got through it. So Dez. So he promoted him to lieutenant. So, and then right after that, they're supposed to
Sergeant. It was sergeant.
sergeant, whatever. Right after that, they're supposed to attack a base that has turrets, like
The gunships.
yeah, the flying gunships that would be grounded after night because they can't see in the dark. But the fucking dude that got promoted, but I don't remember his name. He ended up going.
Captain Douchebag.
Yeah, Captain Douchebag ended up going and talking with the Sith Lords. The Sith Lords told him to strike before dark, and Bane was like, "Nah, fuck that. That's a murder fest. If we were to walk
That's a
out,
suicide mission.
yeah, if we were to walk out there, we just all get murdered, right?"
I don't think Bane himself said it. I think somebody else said it was a suicide.
No,
mission.
he said it, and then he fucking had a problem with it.
Yeah, so the commanding officer said, I'm sorry, this is what the orders are, and you will follow through. You know, the Sith you don't give me orders, and I give the Sith orders and tell them
Because
what
he
we're
was
doing.
too
That's
much
not
of
how
a
that works.
vagina to go back and talk to
Yeah.
the Sith Lords.
He'd rather face the fucking Republic being destroyed and
A
killed by the
slaughter
Republic
fest.
than being fucking disciplined by the Sith. So, our boy Dez did what Dez does. took action, knocked that sumbitch out right in the jaw, clocked him one time,
Once.
cold out. Okay. He had 2 guys stay with him,
Tied him
and
up.
they waited till it got dark and then attacked. And it
During
gets better.
during this attack, Dez comes up and he takes a sniper chick with him, and he's got to go knock out the 2 people in the towers.
It was 9 people they had to knock out.
Yeah, and she said that's impossible. Well,
That
while
she can't do it.
Yeah, while this is going on, they get fucking flashbang.
No. So what happened was, okay, he was thinking to himself, man, if I could tell the other squad to, take out a few dudes, then we can take out a few dudes and everything would be gravy. But there's no communications. The jamming device that they're using to jam the Republic was also jamming their communications as well.
Yep.
So
while that was going on,
yeah, he took her sniper and something came over him. Something that he never had faced before. Never fired their weapon once, not even in training. Okay. And then when he did, something happened. He became more alert. Time slowed down, and he took out 3 dudes before being flashbanged.
yep,
And when he was flashbanged, even though he couldn't see,
he could see
the force
better.
enabled him to see better and clearer with more precision and more finesse. And finesse. But I like finesse because it puts a little spin on like Joe Dirte. But anyways, so finesse.
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 It made it pretty, okay? So, he could see better, and there was one guard that he couldn't get a clean shot on because she's laying in the back of a bed or on the rooftop or something. Well, she stuck her head up, just her forehead, all he could see, and he shot it right through one ear and out the
Oh,
other.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then he struck the next dude in the heart.
Yeah. And then I guess he fell off or something, right?
No, he killed. That was the last 3 people. 3 people that he was supposed to kill.
I thought he fell
They
off or something.
attacked. They attacked. They conquered. They conquered what they were supposed to conquer, and then
Within 2 hours.
Yeah, within 2 hours, and then they
46 guys.
Yep, they called it in, had the people come and do the attack like they were supposed to, and then he got locked up whenever he got back to base because
his
he knocked
commanding
out.
officer.
Yep, because he knocked out the commanding officer, and those
the
2
2
punks didn't want to fucking keep him locked up and tied up because he was the commanding officer.
Yep, and they were bitches.
Yep. So Dez gets thrown in a ditch and left there for like ever until the Sith people come to pick him up with like not being fed or anything. The person gets
for
there
20 hours roughly.
thinking that he's about to get transferred to be murdered somewhere. Thinking this is a fucking waste of time. Why don't they just put a bullet in my head, make everything easier, right? They get there. They say come with me. They leave him cuffed, put him on the ship, take him. They go to the place where the Sith are born, or where the Sith live, the Sith home planet.
Korban.
Korban. So they take him there, and another chick comes and takes like another person. It was a Sith chick comes and takes him.
Guided him down the stairs.
Yeah. Yep. Takes him up.
Okay, so hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on, real quick. But when they landed, there's multiple facility type places, like pyramids. Say if you watch the Rebels, not the towers, but the Sith temple where the great battle had taken place, and everybody was stuck there like frozen as statues. It was like that. That's what I envisioned. I don't know how you envisioned it, but that's how I envisioned it, and I think that's a pretty good, accurate representation.
I feel like it's like a mountain with spiked like entries with a little landing pad, and they come and land down with like multiple little caverns with like little spiked entries spots. I don't know.
See, that's
like
the best part about a book is that you can imagine it however the fuck you want to. It doesn't matter if it's in like a hovering ground or if it's on a tower or if it's a pyramid. It don't matter. It's your imagination. You make it the way you want it.
It's so
and
good.
I really like your idea. It would seem more Sithy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's multiple. But the point is, there's multiple facilities on this planet that are the same, like this, and it's basically like the facility that Ezra and Darth Vader, and Darth Maul and Ahsoka Tano, and Kanan meet.
Yep.
And this is where, am I not correct? But ain't this where
Isn't that
Kanan
the same
Jarrus gets
place?
blinded?
I think that's the same place, right? Kashyyyk?
It might be.
Not
It might be.
Kashyyyk, but Korriban.
Korriban.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's the
It might
same.
be.
I think it's the same fucking planet.
That's why I was envisioning like a pyramid like type structure.
Yep, I think it's the same planet. It's the home of the Sith, the actual home of the Sith.
All right, and if you remember where
Before they all got
Emperor
murdered.
Palpatine in Episode 9, that's where he was at. It was like a pyramid, except
Yeah,
it
no,
was
that's
above
that,
ground
that,
instead
that
of
was where he
underground.
was. He was at the home of the Sith. Yeah.
So I don't know about anybody else, but I'm getting so turned on. Just kidding. But
It was supposed to be an ancient place that nobody was supposed to be able to find, but when they found it back in Clone Wars, for some reason, like all the Sith and everybody kept on getting led there. But Darth Maul was there, and for
he
some
was
reason,
there like
somehow
he seemed like he
Ezra
was there
ended up
forever.
there. And I just don't know why Ezra and them ended up there. I don't really remember.
Ezra was there because his vision told him to go there.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was.
Yeah. See, I have such a good memory. I really love Star Wars, and I mean, just look, I'm drinking out of Mando's head, or at least his helmet. Come on, it's not.
So, anyways, whenever he gets there, he starts going under the Sith training after the dude told him that he's too old, that we can't train him. We usually get them whenever they're young.
And the other guy told him that's the Jedi way of thinking about this.
Yeah, and he goes, This is the fucking chosen one, same as Qui-Gon did with Anakin." And he said, "Okay, we'll let him train here." Pretty much his midichlorians were off the scale.
Clinton,
Yeah.
can I ask you? Now, this might sound stupid on my behalf, but when, in comparison to Anakin, is this taking place?
1,000 years.
1,000 years ago?
1,000 years before, yeah.
Wow, I'm so hot right now. And I've only scratched the surface of the first book. I'm really fucking excited, like, because at this time there are more. When I forget what Jedi it was, but he had two younglings with him, two Padawans, which isn't the rule of two.
Yep.
And they all three get slaughtered. See, remember the
Well,
Jedi?
the Jedi
hold on,
aren't
the
supposed to...
Jedi was doing the battle fortress thing. What is it called? When they're battle focus, when they're in a battle, like in starship battles, and they try to put the Force out and give positive vibes, and then the Sith try to give negative vibes, basically. Don't you remember in the book that the commander of the starship for the
I do remember the two Padawans, how there was two Padawans, and then there was
and
one.
then the Jedi just sat there trying to hold out the Force abilities, and then after she died, or the Master died, then the battle turned back to the favor of the Sith, and they ended up slaughtering all the Jedi at that battle. Not one Jedi, or not one Republican soldier or Republican Force person, whatever. None of them survived in that battle. It was a complete victory, which I thought was fascinating. But yeah, now that I know it's 1,000 years before what our episode 1 is, I'm really excited because that means so much.
There's so much.
That anything can happen.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, what they think is, I think Bane could be potentially the chosen one for the dark side.
Well, remember, all this stuff is legends too. Like technically, Bane is considered canon because Yoda talks to him in Clone Wars, right? So
What?
yeah. So
When?
and whenever he goes to he goes in this little thing and he starts having this he starts seeing
Like a vision?
ghosts. He starts
Are you
seeing
talking about towards
ghosts.
the end of Clone Wars?
Huh?
Are you talking about towards the end of Clone Wars? Where he
It's
starts to have the
somewhere. I
vision?
want to say it's about season 5, season 6. Yeah.
And he
Here,
can
look.
see Emperor Palpatine
I'm
there.
gonna fucking Google it right now.
I guess while you Google it,
does Yoda
I can continue.
see
talking about how excited I am to go with his book.
Clone Wars. Hey, just pick up where we left off, where we were talking about last, where you just got there, started reading up on the archive, the like all the
He started reading the
history.
books,
Yeah.
all the Sith books. He read 2 hours a day, every single day. And everybody was thinking he was crazy for doing so, but really what he's doing is he's becoming more engulfed in the Sith ways and the Sith legends and learning about the Sith. And his training consists of learning tactics, right? As you stated before, Clinton.
Season 6.
Season 6, yeah. It's like one of the later seasons.
Season 6, episode 13.
It's so clear. Like, no, pull it back. Pull it back. Back further toward you. Keep going. Like right there. Whoa. There you go. Tilt it back just a little bit. There you go. Hold on. Yoda meets the ghost of Darth Bane, season 6, episode 13. Yoda had plenty of his own journeys in the Clone Wars. In the episode, wow, season 6, episode 13. Hey, take a screenshot of that and send it to me, please. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Yep, it's super good. But and that the way Darth Bane looks in that one, he's like super skinny compared.
Coleman see, I want to run something by you. I was thinking about this.
Should we stop this at the fucking temple where he shows up at the temple? Because Coleman's ready to do After Dark.
Yeah, we can do that. That'd be fine. So tune in next week with us. We're going to continue off where we left off. Shoot me also with that same text. Shoot me where we stopped. That way we have it, please.
Yeah, I got you.
So tune in next week. We're going to continue the Book of Bane, Path of Destruction. If we have time, we'll probably begin. Maybe not. I don't know how long. 20 chapters.
I don't know. It's a long book. It's really good, y'all. If you can't wait for us to explain it to you, please just go to Sway, SWAA, and look up Star Wars podcast and go to Bane.
It's not exactly Sway.
It's Sway, SWAA.
It's not exactly Sway. I typed it in this morning. It would pop up something, but it's not exactly Sway. It is Star Wars Audio Archives.
Yeah,
that's what Sway stands
Star
for.
Wars Audio SWAA. Sway.
Yeah. Star Wars Audio Archives.
Just go there.
Fucking phenomenal.
Listen to the Bane trilogy. It might get you into audiobooks. You don't know. We don't know. It got me into audiobooks.
It did me. I'm about to spend some money on some audibles.
I'm listening to High Republic. I've been saying that forever. I've got like 2 books left. That's it. So.
Oh Lord.
There's 10 altogether.
Tune in next week. We'll continue where we left off at the Sith Temple, basically. And yeah, please follow us on YouTube, Facebook. It's all anything and everything nerd style. We have this show that we're doing. It used to be Andor, but Andor
it's nerd out nerd style.
Nerd out nerd style. This
check out nerd
this
out.
This series is and so now we're covering all Star Wars stuff, which is epic. I love Star Wars. He loves Star Wars.
There's so much.
We're like
much.
Work husbands. We talk to each other about it all the time, even when we probably shouldn't be talking about it.
And we spoil beautiful content that we could be using for the camera.
Right. And so check us out on YouTube, Facebook. We have another show called Anything and Everything Nerd Style, where we discuss movies, trilogies. We'll be touching Star Wars episode 1 through 3 next year at the first of the year, which is only a few weeks away. So be
1,
ready.
2, and 3. Get ready for those.
It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be phenomenal because we love Star Wars.
We got Die Hard coming up too. Check that out.
Yeah, that'll be
next
weekend. Yep. And then do we have an Instagram, a Twitter account?
Well, we have an Instagram, but I don't. It's A&E, no spaces. Anything, or that's A&E Nerd Style. That's pretty much what it is. A&E Nerd Style, no spaces on A&E. A&E. It's pretty bad. I have to redo it.
But yeah. So check us out. Social medias. We'll eventually have a email tied to the anything and everything nerd style. So if you have questions or you want to give us, hey man, y'all doing a good job, pat on the back, or
Just
fuck
email it.
you,
Hey,
you suck.
Email me if you want to
No,
know
no,
anything.
no personal emails
Why?
because there are cysts outside,
Fine. Message me
ready to
on
break your door
Facebook.
down.
Send me a
There you
message on
go,
Facebook. Let
Clinton
me
Richie.
know how you feel about certain stuff. If you want to
And
talk
if
some
you can
Star
reach
Wars,
me
hey, anybody wants to come on
on
the show,
Facebook,
we can always schedule you in. We need somebody else to talk
yep,
to sometimes. Maybe not Star
yep,
Wars, maybe After Dark. But if you're a big Star Wars fan, we don't mind having you on here as well. We
yep.
don't mind talking to other Star Wars fans.
That's
So
right. If you want to jump in, let us know. If you're passionate, let us know. We'll be happy to have you.
we'll let
And
you know the topic we're going over. That way you can make
mhm.
sure to check it out yourself before we start talking about it. And then you can see the feeling that we get when we get to talk about it. It's so good.
uh, I always recommend having wet wipes close by just in case you jizz a little bit. I'm teasing. But yeah, also follow us on the After Dark series on YouTube here, same channel. We talk about anything and everything we can think of.
Nerd
This
style.
week it's going to be completely freestyle. I didn't have any aliens or stuff like that to go over. Um, I have a few ideas, but
I got a few
they're,
ideas.
they're top secret.
Yep. And that's the way we like to roll. I got
But
ideas that I want to say. He's got some ideas he wants to talk about.
make sure you tune in, check us out, follow us on Facebook. We have polls, memes, um, funny jokes. Not really, but sometimes.
Some of them are
Um,
bad. We got
let us
theories,
let
facts.
us yeah, let us know down below. Comment and tell us what we should do different. If you think something is whack or if it was good, let us know. We would greatly appreciate it. Think that's about it.
Yeah, other than looking straight into that guy's beautiful eyes, beautiful blue eyes. Look at those. Oh, gosh. Get the fuck out of here.
Peace.